You're listening to the Savvy Social Podcast, the show for budding entrepreneurs who want to understand the how and the why of social media marketing. I'm your host, Andrea Jones. Let's get started. Hey, welcome to episode number 28 of the Savvy Social Podcast. Today's episode is brought to you by Social Report, the world's most complete social media management platform and my social media management platform of choice. My team and I love using Social Report because we finally have everything all in one place. And recently they launched their new feature, which is direct posting to Instagram with video. They're one of the very first platforms to do this. So join Social Report today. There's a free 30-day trial. Try it out. See if it's for you. I love it. And let me know what you think. DM me your thoughts. I'd love to know. So in this episode, I'm talking all about LinkedIn, and I do have a LinkedIn challenge that I'm going to talk about at the end. But for those of you sneaky people who want to jump on in before I get to that, you can head on over to onlinedrea.com/LinkedIn to sign up. More details on what that is at the end. All right, so if you've been struggling to be seen on Facebook, or if you're getting really frustrated that nobody's clicking the link in your bio on Instagram, or if you're having a really hard time connecting with your ideal client or customer on Twitter, you may want to consider LinkedIn. LinkedIn is hot right now. I have been experimenting with it for the past year in depth. I've got several clients who've seen quite a bit of success on LinkedIn, and it's a really great platform to give it a shot. If you're hesitant, I want to kind of answer some of your questions in today's podcast episode. I want to read you this quote from an article on LinkedIn.com, and this is what they say. LinkedIn is where, by far, the largest number of professionals gather to stay connected and informed, advance their careers, and work smarter. More than 467 million professionals are on LinkedIn. These are the decision makers, the influencers, and leaders of today and tomorrow, and it's the place you want to target all of those people, all in one place. So the link to that article is just on their business site, business.linkedin.com. And I wanted to read that because I want to really highlight that there are decision makers on LinkedIn and professional people, leaders, and influencers. So depending on what you do, this could be a really great platform for you. And I want to make the argument today that pretty much anyone can be on LinkedIn. There are a few people who I would say, maybe not for you. And then also if you're finding a lot of success on another platform, maybe just stay on that platform. I'm a huge proponent of picking one platform, one or two, and sticking with it. We only have so many hours in the day, and you shouldn't be putting all of your eggs in one basket. What I mean by that is diversify your marketing. Don't put all of your marketing efforts and don't focus all of your marketing efforts on social media alone. Remember, social media is just one tool in your marketing tool belt. It's one element of your marketing. So I want to talk today about how to use LinkedIn as one of your marketing strategies. Now, one of the coolest things I think that LinkedIn has right now, and it's just how people use the platform, is that a lot of people still have their email notifications turned on for LinkedIn. So what that means is that even if you're connecting with someone on LinkedIn and they're not signed in, they'll most likely get an email notification for it. Even if you direct message someone on the platform, most people still have their email notifications turned on, and they'll probably get an email message from you if that happens. So I think that's a really great opportunity for you to connect with people, just because it's not so crowded right now. It's not so kind of drowned out. People aren't ignoring it. All right. So like I said, LinkedIn is heating up right now. I see this trend going around where people are actually leaving platforms like Facebook in favor of LinkedIn because there's just not so many people on there. In the past year, I've really seen, on Facebook specifically, less engagement, less traction, fewer website visits, less attention overall. On a platform like Twitter, for instance, that one has been a lot harder for me to get traction than something like LinkedIn. Every time I post something on LinkedIn, somebody sees it. And I can tell you right now, for Facebook, for instance, I have 700 so Facebook likes. Not really a focus for me, obviously, but when I post something, I'll be lucky if a handful of people see it. Not really having that on LinkedIn. Now, I do want to address something right here as well. There are other marketers taking advantage of this. You may have seen the LinkedIn spam going around. Yeah, it's kind of creepy, and that's not what I'm talking about when I talk about LinkedIn marketing. It's not sending someone a message the second that they connect with you, selling something. No, we're not doing that. And you guys know that I'm not about that for social media in general, especially on a platform like LinkedIn. So no nasty DM spam. We'll talk about at the end what kind of DMs you should be sending. All right. LinkedIn is almost like the wild, wild west of social media marketing. And it's not as crowded as platforms like Facebook or Instagram. So you have the unique opportunity to connect with individuals, which is what we're all about on social media, and build relationships better with people. Relationship marketing is still the best way to grow your audience. I don't care what anyone else says. Word of mouth and relationship marketing is still the number one way of building a true audience. Now, I talk more about relationship marketing in episode number 21 of the podcast. So I'm going to put a link to that in the show notes. Definitely check it out if you haven't listened yet. I love talking about relationship marketing, so I have a whole episode dedicated to that alone. So is LinkedIn for you? Well, I think LinkedIn is perfect if you serve other businesses. You may see this referred to as B2B. So if your business sells to other businesses, I'm in the B2B business. People who come into my world are other business owners looking to leverage social media for their business. If you're a web designer or another service-based business like that, that could work for you. If you are a SaaS company, that could work for you. Let's say you have a social media scheduling tool or something like that. LinkedIn's a great place to connect with your ideal business owner. Now, it is really great for this because people are in the business mode when they're on LinkedIn. So when you're on a platform like Twitter or Instagram, you may see someone mention what they do, but they may not be in that business frame of mind. LinkedIn, they definitely are. And you have the unique ability to be a little creepy, see what they're all about on their profile, see where they've worked in the past, where they've went to school. It gives you a lot of connection points with that person. So for me, for instance, I went to Georgia State University in Atlanta, Georgia. So when I come across a profile where someone else has also gone to the same university as me, I'm probably going to bring it up. That's a really, really good connection point. Maybe make a joke about how if you turn down the wrong street, you may die because Atlanta can be crazy like that. It's just a talking point. So the same can go for whoever you're connecting with on LinkedIn. Now, a question I often get is, okay, so that's great for people who have businesses that sell to other businesses, but I don't have that. And I still challenge you that you can connect with other people. So I'll give two examples. The first one is my business, Social Media for Podcasts. So for those of you who don't know, I have an offshoot of my main brand that specifically works with podcasters, both in the service capacity. So I do the done for you services for podcasters, but also teaching. So I teach a lot of podcasters how to leverage social media to get their podcast seen. So for me, I want to connect with podcasters on LinkedIn. Not every podcaster considers themselves a business, but I do. And they put their title on their LinkedIn profile, making it really easy for me to find them and connect with them. And again, I have another touch point with them because I like podcasts. They like podcasts. They host a podcast. It's just a really great thing all around. But I also use another example here. That is just an anecdotal example. So let's say hypothetically you sell yoga accessories to consumers. You sell your accessories online and maybe you have them in a few yoga studios or other places like that. you can still leverage LinkedIn to build your network and to make connections that will help you sell your yoga accessories. So an example would be looking for yoga instructors, specifically online yoga instructors. Maybe you can partner with them and maybe they can be an influencer for you and share out your products. You can connect with yoga studio owners and see if you can place your accessories in their studios. So there's a lot of different ways you can play around with LinkedIn, and honestly, it doesn't take a lot of time. You can get through it a lot faster than some of the other platforms. Some of the other companies out there who are B2C are also using LinkedIn in interesting ways. If you take a look at a company like Starbucks, take a look at their LinkedIn company page. They're using LinkedIn as a way to add value to their company. They talk about their company culture. They talk about where they donate things. They talk about how they treat their employees. And they really use it as a tool to talk about how they build their business. And so even if you have a larger company that's still to consumers, you can leverage LinkedIn as a place to talk about your company, not in a way you would on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, but in a different way, more about your company, like at the company level and not really talking directly to consumers. Side note, 44% of LinkedIn users earn more than $75,000 a year. That's an insane amount of averaged money earned. So if you're looking for also a high ticket item, say you're a life coach or something like that, and you want to coach people who are struggling in the workplace or something like that, these aren't business owners, but you can find your people and connect with them still on LinkedIn. The other thing that I really like about LinkedIn is if you are a thought leader or if you consider yourself an influencer in your space, LinkedIn gives you the opportunity to spread that around, spread the love around a little bit easier. You can use things like LinkedIn groups, LinkedIn articles. You can have people write recommendations for you and really build up that clout, build up your authority on that platform. Again, I really like the example of like a life coach or maybe like an executive coach or something like that, using LinkedIn to connect with people because you still have the very unique opportunity to directly connect with them in a space that is not too crowded yet. Now, I keep talking about connecting. What do I mean when I say connecting? I mean connecting with them through direct messaging. Okay. Now I'm going to talk about how to do this in the LinkedIn Jumpstart challenge. So I want you to join us by going to onlinedrea.com/LinkedIn. And in this challenge, I'm going to walk you through optimizing your account so that it converts. I want to teach you how to craft content that really speaks to the people that you want to connect with. We're going to talk about how to establish your authority. You're going to walk out of the gate with an authority building piece that you can put on your platform today. And then we're going to build up your connections and connect with them on a deep level. And I've got a trick, not really a trick, like a tactic, I guess, that I'm going to share with you for how to do this without being creepy. Because again, we don't want to be like those creepy marketers who just instantly direct message people random things that may not necessarily have anything to do with them. We're going to do this strategically so that you actually get leads, so that you actually get people who are interested in your craft, in your podcast, in your business, in your product or your service, whatever it is you do. We're actually going to get you interest in that by using LinkedIn. Now, this is a free challenge. It's 5 days long from January 21st through the 25th. Now, if you are listening to this after that challenge has happened, you can still sign up and you will still get the recordings of the challenge and you can still win prizes. Yes, prizes. I feel like Oprah right now. You get a prize and you get a prize. Okay, I should stop. But seriously, there are prizes. One of them is at the end of the challenge, I am giving away a free one-on-one strategy session with me. These are worth $129. You get 1 hour with me. We can talk about LinkedIn or we can talk about any platform that you want. A favorite topic is analyzing your social media sales funnel. So I'd be happy to talk with you about that in the strategy session. But in order to win, you have to participate in the challenge. So you have to show up every day, 10 minutes a day from January 21st to 25th, complete your challenge assignments, and you'll be entered to win. Plus, if you're already a member of the Savvy Social School, during the challenge, you'll get extra access to me. I am offering bonuses for school members only. One of them is LinkedIn profile audit. So I will do a video audit of your profile. I charge $100 for this, you guys. So this is pretty valuable stuff. And the school is only $37 a month right now. If you're listening, it's January 2019. And so if you join the school or if you're already in the school, you get extra attention from me during this challenge period. I'm so excited about this. I really believe that LinkedIn can be the key to a lot of business owners getting out of the muck, getting out of the like game, and actually connecting with people on a platform where people will talk back to you, on a platform that's not too crowded, on a platform where if you post something, you will get traffic to your website, on a platform where if you post something, you will get comments on that post. So join me for the challenge. I think the biggest takeaway will be the DMs. So that's on day 5, on the last day. But join me for the 5-day challenge, January 21st through 25th. Head over to the show notes. You will find the link there. It's onlinedrea.com/LinkedIn. And I really hope to see you there. I'm really excited about this. Bye for now. Thanks so much for listening to this episode of the Savvy Social Podcast. For links and everything we talked about, please check out the show notes by visiting SavvySocialPodcast.com. And don't be afraid to continue the conversation. I'd love to have you inside of the Facebook group. You can search for us on Facebook or simply go to SavvySocialCrew.com. See you there. Bye for now.